I am Dr. Shuropriya Chakraborty and I am here to take your online classes. Since your offline classes are not going on, what I will try to do, I will set you some guidelines so that you can carry out your study at home. And I have taken certain chapters from school level based on the ICSE, CBSE and West Bengal board so that you can proceed your study at home. So let's start our video today. Today, I have taken the first chapter of class 10 from West Bengal Board of Secondary Education for discussion. So friends, be ready with your pen and copy to write down the illustration of the following discussion. My effort will try to give you an outline related to the first chapter. Now, what is the name of the first chapter? The name of the first chapter is Ideas of History. We can divide the chapter into basically two parts, two broader parts, that is different genres of history and sources related to modern Indian history. Again, I must say different genres of history and sources related to modern Indian history, right? Now, in case of these different genres of history, the huge or umbrella, the big umbrella, and not huge actually, the big umbrella under which we will going to read it is New Social History. What is New Social History? New Social History is that history which will give you an idea about the lifestyles of human beings, their clothing, their food habits, their transportation, etc. all are taken into consideration. Actually, it is the history of common men, right? So the first history, the first part which is taken under this New Social History is the history of sports. I repeat, the history of sports. Now, in case of history of sports, divide the passage, the passage in your book into three sections. What are the names of the sports, and then comparison between international and national sports, and lastly, which books deal with the individual game or the sport. Now, this is very important. You have to be very, very careful about the books which deal with this particular genre, because sources are very important to define our history, right? Okay. Now, the next one is the history of food habits. Now, as we all know that we have to divide our history into three phases, with ancient, medieval and modern. So in case of food habits, try to make a comparative study between the food habits of ancient, medieval and modern. So you can study food habits under three captions: ancient food habits, medieval food habits and the modern food habits. Try to break your passage under these three captions. Again, I am repeating: ancient food habits, the food habits of the medieval time and the modern food habits, right? And they changes from time to time and from place to place. Anyway, the next one is the history of the cultural pursuits. What is that? Now, in case of culture, we can take a number of aspects. We can take a number of phases like music, dance, drama, and even film nowadays is included in these cultural pursuits, right? And this, in case of cultural pursuits, we can find that they have a continuous history, that is ancient, medieval and modern. This will make your study more vivid if you divide or distribute your passage into these three portions. Lastly, in the modern era, as I have told earlier, that there is also inclusion of particularly the film, right? Next to that, the history of clothes and dresses. Yes, of course, if when we are coming to the story of human beings, we have to know about their lifestyle, their clothing, etc. So in case of the history of clothes and dresses, we will find that particularly try to divide them into three parts, that is ancient, medieval and modern, and subdivide the clothing into male and female. Am I clear? Ancient clothing, in that case, what did the male used to wear and what did the female used to wear? Again, in the medieval time, what did the male used to wear and what did the female used to wear? And lastly, in case of the modern era, what do the males used to wear and what do the females used to wear? Am I clear? And last but not the least, please try to refer to the books in which these particular knowledge are actually stored. Okay. Next, the history of transportation. Yes. Now, we all know that the transportation has modified itself from time to time. So try to make a comparative study between the history of transportation of ancient, medieval and modern, right? Because in earliest time there was particular invention of wheel which gradually changed itself to other modified transport. So in case of transportation, there is also a history and it is also related to human being. Now come to the history of painting. Now in case of history of painting and photography, in your book there is a division between history of painting and photography, but what I will suggest you, try to divide painting to a different paragraph and photography to another different paragraph, because painting has its own taste to enjoy and photography is completely a different thing. Now painting is ancient in nature, but photography is totally a different and modern invention. So try to study them separately. By dividing painting of ancient, medieval and modern, the study in case of the study related to photography, it should consist of a comparative study between the Indian style and Western style of photography, because in case of photography you will not find any ancient or any modern era, right? Any modern era in ancient or any medieval era, there will be only a modern era. So in case of photography, try to focus on the modern photography and not in any ancient or medieval time. So this is the very important portion to remember, and try to cover the objectives which are related to this portion. Okay. Come to the history of architecture. Now there is no denying fact that architecture in India is from very ancient time, and it was quite enriched, and gradually there is its modification to the modern. So we will study architecture under three categories, that is ancient architecture, medieval architecture and the modern architecture. Now in case of local history, it has been taken by me to cite an example for you people, which I will discuss later on, because some questions are for answer pattern, and I feel that local history is very important in case of explaining how you can shape your answer, how you can write an answer. So I will give a thorough explanation related to local history while I will go through the examples related to this chapter. Okay. Now next to that, history of towns and cities. It also has a beginning from the ancient era. In history of cities, in this case, try to categorize them under the three parts: ancient cities, cities of medieval time and modern time. And this particular cities, try to remember the name of the cities, because there is a change in the name of the cities. Ancient cities have certain names which are become converted in nowadays. Okay, so and also the books related to this cities. Some of the books were written related to the towns and cities. Got it? Now, the history of armed forces, this is also a continuous history, and we have to understand the features of armed forces while reading this history. Now, one of the most important topic nowadays is the history of the environment. It's a very, very, very important topic, and in case of that, I must say it's a very new topic to our study. It is totally a part of modern findings, so try to categorize your study under two broad divisions. Firstly, the significance of environment in our history. What is the significance? How can we deal with the environment? It should be one heading. And another, secondly, the books and the authors. There are innumerable books and authors related to this study, and so try to list up those books and the authors related to the study of environment. Okay. Now, the history of science and technology, the history of science and technology is again a particular genre in which you can find the science and technology have remained from the ancient times. So in case of that, you will try to follow the ancient inventions, the inventions in the medieval era and the modern inventions. Of course, the modern inventions were much more richer and much more popular than that of the ancient and the medieval era. Now, last but not the least is the history of women. Yes, with a gradual passage of time, the women's history got enriched. We all know in ancient time there was Lopamudra, Gargi. They were eminent scholar or female scholars of the time, but with the gradual passage of time, the position of the women deteriorated. So the history of women deals with how the position of women deteriorated. So and of course how the position of women is in this modern era. So try to divide again this part into condition of women of ancient era, condition of women in the medieval era, and the condition of women in the modern era. So in the second part of the chapter, now we will come to the second part of the chapter. In this case, there are various sources, right? And these sources help us to shape our study in history, and these are basically the primary sources which we have in our syllabus, and they are governmental or official documents, autobiographies and memoirs, letters and diaries, journals and newspapers. Okay, what we should know in this case, try to read them by listing the name of listing up the names of the works related to these sources, so that you can find out the objective questions more easy for you, because this list of books and their authors, and also the features or the significance of this particular sources are very important for us, right? Because they give us immense important information. What are the points to be remembered while reading these particular genres and their sources? Basically, the chapter is to be prepared for the objective. Yes, the first chapter has been more inclined to objective questions. So you have to prepare it for objective first of all. Try to learn each and every part of the chapter thoroughly. Right? Each and every part thoroughly, please. And while reading this particular chapter of about different genres of history, try to study each section under two definite heading. Already I have told you features of the particular genre of history and the name of different books written on that topic. Okay, now this will help you to remember each point easily and thoroughly. While reading about different sources of history, try to define what type of source it is, that is primary source, and what is the importance of that source. You have to explain that. Next, note down the important books, as I am repeatedly telling you that this is very important for your objective portion, and note down the information related to that particular source. Okay, as I have promised you earlier that I will take two examples to clarify above points, and I kept local history pending for the explanation later on. So let's start with local history. The first, an example from the first part. Now, what is local history? When you are trying to understand what is local history, I must say it may come as a 2 marks question in your exam. Let me read out the answer. The history of locality is called local history. That means the history of your own area, right? It is a vital aspect of history. As for example, the history of Bengal is teeming with many districts, region, villages which contributed in the life of the nation. So now we will come to what are the features of local history. What are the features of local history? First of all, it portrays innumerable smaller incidents. Of course, every day is happening, day-to-day records are there. The sacrifices, resolve, courage of the common men and women. Okay, so day-to-day happening, their lifestyle, their way of thinking, everything is recorded in local history. And another feature, the way of village development. Of course, it's not only about the cities or towns, it is also about the village and their development. The lives of the village folk, their culture and sports are the various aspects of local history. This you have to remember. But be very cautious that what is local history is a very important question to remember. Now, what are the sources of local history? It may come as a 1 marks question in your exam. So I have listed certain books. They are বাঙালির ইতিহাস written by নিহার রঞ্জন রে, বাংলার ইতিহাস written by রাখাল দাস ব্যানার্জি, নদিয়া কাহিনী by কুমুদনাথ মল্লিক, the history of যশোর খুলনা by সতীশ চন্দ্র মিত্র, the history of হুগলি by সুধীর কুমার মিত্র, the history of পাবনা district by রাধারমন সাহা, and রাজশাহীর সংক্ষিপ্ত ইতিহাস by কালীনাথ চৌধুরী. These are some of the very important books which are to be remembered while reading about the local history. As I have mentioned earlier, that autobiography is one of the very important aspects to define or to collect information related to our history making. Okay, so autobiographies are very important source of history. In the second part, we have done about various sources, and these autobiographies are one of such sources rather. Autobiographies are the writings of own lives by eminent personalities in history. They are primary source of history and provide inputs on an era and country, a period in history, the personal life of the author, and on various events on history. Now, some of the names of autobiographies are an autobiography by Mahatma Gandhi, 70 years by Bipin Chandra-Pal, জীবনের ঝরা পাতা by সরলা দেবী চৌধুরানী. This জীবনের ঝরা পাতা by সরলা দেবী চৌধুরানী is one of the very important autobiographies to deal with, so that you can understand about how to write an answer on your sources. Let us take জীবনের ঝরা পাতা to understand how to divide a passage in order to learn it part by part. Let me read out the answer. Sharala Devi Chaudhurani she was born in 1872 and she died in 1945, was the daughter of Sharno Kumari Devi and the niece of Rabindranath Tagore, right? Now, basically we will deal with Jiboner Jhara. So its publication was, the book was published in magazine called Desh serially between 1944 and 1945. In the year of 2009, the book was published in the name of The Scattered Leaves of My Life from Women Unlimited. Now, what is the content of the book? The content of the book is very important aspect. The book is of immense importance in the contemporary era. Now, first of all, the economic content of the book. There is mention of the British rule, economic exploitation over the indigo cultivators, and also there are revolutionary activities related to this economic exploitation, first of all. Second to that, in case of social content, besides this political propaganda, there is a clear picture of the cultural aspect of Tagore's family. And since Sarala Devi Chaudhurani was a woman, so women's awakening is one of the most important part. The family history as well as the history of women's awakening in Bengal have taken place in this book. She herself established Lakshmi Bhandar and formed Bharat Stri Mandal in 1911. In case of religious content, contemporary religious ideals are mentioned in the autobiography. Sarala Devi herself was the nexus between Rabindranath Tagore and Swami Vivekananda, the two eminent personalities. And what about the ideological content? Sarala Devi Chaudhurani herself is the center of the text. Okay, Sarala Devi encouraged Bengali youths to build a strong body and strong mind. She began festivals. Let me tell you separately that these festivals are very important for your 1 marks or 2 marks questions. What were the festivals introduced by Sarala Devi Chaudhurani? This may come as a 2 marks or 1 marks question. So she began festivals such as the Protabaditya Utsav in 1903, the Udayaditya Utsav, and the Virashtami Brata. When the revolutionary leader Aurobindo Ghosh and his associate Jotindranath Bandyopadhyay came forward to form a secret society in Calcutta, she offered help to him. Now, each and every source should have an evaluation. What is an evaluation of this in this case? Let me make it clear what is an evaluation. Evaluation is how much important is the book or that source in which can contribute to make a history in a proper way. The book has constituted a lot in depicting the national history of contemporary India. Of course, we can find a number of statements related to the revolutionary activities, related to the economic exploitation by the British, related to the social awakening, national awakening. So, in case of national history of contemporary India, when India was under British rule, Jiboner Jhara plays a great role or plays a great role in finding out the information related to making of history of the time. Now, you all know about the question pattern, but still I must deal with your question pattern so that you can get a clear view of it. Try to read objective questions more to answer the multiple choice questions, particularly true, false, fill in the blanks, match the following, and they contain 1 marks. Each contain 1 marks. Try to practice 1 word question. They are also each of 1 marks. There are many 2 marks questions and they should not be more than 2 to 3 sentences, as I have given you an example of what is autobiography, what is local history, right? Next, I have already given an example of 4 marks question, like that is a specimen of Jiboner Jhara. And lastly, there are 8 marks questions which are mainly broad and detailed, and I hope I can give you a module of this particular 8 marks question in the next video. So this is my presentation. For more information, please feel free to mail me at shaptaparna.chakraborty@gmail.com. If you like this video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and please wait for my next video to come. Till then, stay blessed, stay happy. Thank you.